Today, this is part 2 of the Knight's Armament Stoner LMG. This time I'm going to break it down and show you how to disassemble and reassemble the gun. Well, it's fairly simple and easy. I probably might not be talking as much most of the time, but it's very simple. First of all, you need to remove, there's 2 screws on here, one right here, one right here. The rear screw right here is the one that you want to remove. For it to be easy to access and to be able to unscrew, you might want to remove the pistol grip. This is what you want to unscrew first. Once that's out, this clamp right here is what's holding it in place. You just push it up and it slides right down. There you go. Just like what they say. Just like what they said. It is a quick spring change release right here. Now you want to unscrew this part. This is actually a piece that's connected to where the mag, the drum mag connects the tube to the gun. You can actually slide that down. As you can see what I just did. It comes right out. Now that that's out, it's going to be very stiff. You're going to probably need rubber mallet to do this because it's going to be a lot of pounding just to slide the bottom piece out. So now that I took both screws that connects it, as you can see, this dividing line right here is the only thing that's holding it in place. It just slides right out. It's supposed to slide right out, but it's very stiff, so you're going to actually pound it down to get it to move. Oh, and first you want to make sure that you hold that latch as you pound it down. Don't do what I just did. Now that that's open, you're going to see that inside has a secondary Tamiya plug. You're going to want to unplug that. And to access this also, if you want, you can access it from the top by removing the barrel. And the inner barrel. Once you remove that, it flips open and you can actually see it right there. You can remove that. Here's the gearbox. This gearbox is held in place by 2 body pins. That's all holding it in place, and also our selector. Since it's an ambi, oh, this one came out fairly easy. One side it actually comes off really simple. You just pry it out with a flathead screwdriver. Once that's done, this thing will come out as well. What you're gonna do is, this is actually connected to the trigger. What you want to do is put it on fire, hold it down, and then slide it out. Just like so. Once that's out, pop the pins. The gearbox slides right out. There's our gearbox. Now we're going to open it. It's held down by 11 screws. before you do anything else, you might want to remove the spring. You push down with your thumb or your index finger, and you see this piece right here, this guy right here. I don't know if you can see it that well. Right there. See this guy right here? He's on both sides. That's a pin, a gigantic pin. You push down, take a screwdriver or any flathead, push it out just like so, and then the whole thing just slides right out. Now we can open it up. Just by looking at the gearbox, it does resemble a PDRC with the gears going vertical. The PDRC actually goes vertical. This one actually has an offset where the sector gear is a little bit off to the right, while the spur and the anti-reversal is right on top of each other. Okay. You can open up the gearbox. Since the spring's not there, just be careful of this guy right here. He's the anti-reversal latch, and he'll jump right out if you're not careful, so just be very careful. There you go. Classic Army gears. It looks like it. I mean, it does say Classic Army on the box. I mean, it looks like standard Classic Army gears. No CA on it, but it does look like it. This plays a role with the safety and the semi. As you can see, it's proprietary. It has a little cup to it. Well, with the ambi selector, that cups right here, so when it's on fire it can actually move and cup this piece right here. Goes in right there, and then when it goes to safety, it covers it so it can't cup nothing. So this guy, this switch right here, oopsie, trying to get it, okay, there you go. This switch right here is proprietary. Just like a saw support gun, it does use a electronic switch. This one's a smaller one than the normal saw, but it's a little bit more heavy duty. Since it's a more updated switch, it actually looks a lot more sturdy. It does look like it uses a standard M4 nozzle. I haven't measured it, but just by the looks of it, it looks like it uses a standard M4 nozzle, standard tap and plate, standard cylinder. Let me take this out and just show you. Standard cylinder head, like the piston is just it looks like the Classic Army piston thing. Even the piston head is Classic Army. So repairs on this bad boy is probably not going to be a bad or a big deal. If you break a piston, break a cylinder, I mean, getting to the gearbox was a little tough. It was like a little work if you don't have a rubber mallet to prevent you from breaking anything, because you actually have to use this baby just to slide it out. It was fairly simple. Now that we opened it up and I showed you the insides of this puppy, let's put it back together. One of the biggest things you're going to have a problem with is putting these two pieces back together because of the anti-reversal latch. The technique to this thing is, okay, presetting it back using a flathead screwdriver and going through the motor, where the motor goes into the gearbox. You push down on the anti-reversal latch, put the anti-reversal gear back on, get your other half, and you're going to want to jiggle everything around until everything is in its proper spot. There you go. Just like that. Then just put all the screws back on. Okay, don't forget to put back the spring. Thumb down, push down as far as you can, slide the pin right through, stays in place. Get the body, or the lower receiver. Slide it right in. No, and make sure that all of the wires are aligned. If they're not, it's not going to slide in properly. This goes just like that. Slides in just like that. Put in the two body pins. Now the ambi selector. This is what you have to do. You're gonna slide the sucker in. You're gonna pull the trigger. Make sure that the open part of the ambi selector is facing that way, towards the tip of the gun, away from the butt. Slide it in, and then once you do that, it should work. Go to the opposite side, pop in the other piece. I'm going to put back the upper back to the lower. Okay, as soon as it reaches this part, it's going to be pretty stiff going in. You want to make sure you connect the Tamiya plugs. it's going to be snagged with the wires. You're going to have to use a flathead screwdriver to move the wires to the side as you're pushing it up. It's going to be a tight fit. I mean, a really tight fit, but it can be done. And you have to be very careful. Don't manhandle it, or you're going to break the wires or the nozzle. You just want to make sure that you just move the wires just fairly enough to the point where that piece will slide right through. It's a real snug fit. Then push down on this, pops right in. Put the screw back on there. Take this, it slides just right back in. Make sure you push the latch. Put back the inner barrel. Actually, that's not supposed to be there and just got lazy. Here, I'm going to push it down. Sorry about that. That was just being lazy. There's actually under it. Okay, there you go. And then they put back the outer barrel. And there you have it. Complete disassembly and assembly of the Stoner plus the Knights Armament Stoner LMG. Thanks for watching.